So come work with me as a startup founder, which also means that I can't pay to delegate out yet. So today we'll be working on editing a long form podcast, which is about 30 plus minutes that I did with the founder of multiple F&B restaurants. The rest of my team is actually busy handling all the client deliverables. So I've already delegated that part out, but now I'm the one doing the internal content. Basically what this podcast is about is us speaking with business owners, getting into their minds to understand and to learn from them. And this is basically a collaboration between us and them. So we help them get their word out through producing a free video for them in a podcast format. We edit it, we post it for them. But since it's a collaboration, this is meant to actually help grow both of our businesses. We get their word out, but at the same time, our business is promoted as well. I thoroughly enjoy doing these podcasts, but the editing is another world after it. Just for context, I've been editing this podcast for the past maybe 3-4 hours, and I'm only about 10 minutes in. I do see its value, that's why we're doing it. Let me show you what goes on behind the scenes. This is typically what the original footage looks like. It's kind of grey. The reason is because we are shooting in a log format to preserve as much details as possible. And after we color grade it, it becomes something like this, right? Which, as you can see, is way more colorful. So I try to provide alternate views so that it's not as boring. Certain parts are highlighted. There's like kind of a close-up shot. I also do a lot of cutting on filler words. So for instance, if this person were to say a lot of times, we'll cut that out just to make this as comprehensive for you guys, so that the viewers won't be always hearing and all that pauses. I think that's really boring. Of course, we still retain some of them, and we want to retain that this is an authentic kind of podcast and talk session. Yeah, so this takes really long. All the color grading, all the captions, removing of the filler words, the multi-angle shots. So these are the kind of things that actually go into producing a video. In this case, it's going to be a long form one. A lot of hard work goes into this. Not just the editing, but just setting up the whole thing, spending time to film it. And sometimes the reality is that you might take a super long time, but there are so many podcasts out there. So the chances of your podcast actually doing super well is very low. But I do think for people watching this kind of podcasts, it would be very beneficial because they get to learn a lot of things. Ultimately, I think if we do it consistently, we'll get to meet a lot more amazing people. We get to tell their stories, which is the whole point of our company. Hopefully, we get the exposure from that. So just want to show you a bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes into a day in the life of when I do video editing.